And welcome into a new season of Sports Den. School is back in session, and that means high school football is right around the corner. As fall sports kick off in the state of Minnesota, we're going to focus in on the gridiron here in the first episode of a brand new season of Sports Den. I'm Matt Dean. Welcome in, everybody. We had the chance to go out to football practice for all three of our local area programs. We'll be talking Blaine, we'll be talking defending 6A champion Centennial, and the Spring Lake Park Panthers as all three squads prepare for Thursday's gridiron opener. Friday Night Lights returning shortly thereafter around the state of Minnesota. We're going to kick off the show by starting with the Blaine Bengals, who it's a program who've reached some highs in recent years. Remember, 2 trips to U.S. Bank Stadium as recently as 2018. Mike Law, who is the offensive coordinator on that 11-1 Blaine team, he's now the head coach entering his 6th season. We had the chance to go out and talk with some of Coach Law's captains, and the Bengals looking to turn things around here in 2024. The Blaine Bengals enter the 2024 football season coming off a 3-6 campaign that was below expectations. But a bright spot on the year was the emergence of quarterback Sam Shaughnessy.
He's ready to the sideline. Will he get in? Yes, he will. Shaughnessy scores.
Sam filled in for an injured Frank Daniels a year ago and ended up leading the Bengals in passing and rushing.
Touchdown, Blaine!
Now entering a year where he is the guy, the extra year of development could take him to the next level.
Having that extra year to kind of just learn the plays, learn the offense, learn kind of the tendencies of what to do, that was huge. Obviously, it sucked that our quarterback Frank Daniels went down early in the year. But as far as going into next year, I think that extra experience will really help me kind of understand and master some of those plays and help us score a lot of points. I became so much more confident. I mean, in the beginning, I was kind of more as a wildcat quarterback, kind of just running the ball. And then growing into that throwing, kind of learning how to learn the concepts, learn the patterns. And that'll be a huge help for me coming into this year because I'll be a better passer. I always have that running ability. So having that kind of dual threat ability, I think is going to be a huge plus.
Sam isn't the only weapon on this offense as the Bengals feel confident in what surrounds the junior quarterback.
I'm really excited about our offense. I think we have a really dynamic offense. I think we have a lot of speed across the ball all the way from our running backs to our wide receivers. And so I think we're going to be able to get chunk plays and make big plays downfield. You know what, I will tell you right now, I think everyone in our offense is capable. We got wide receivers like Wyatt Robidoux, Preston Sternquist, Noah Teaton, Derek Schloman. All those guys, Caden Lawagi, I think all 5 of those guys can make plays on Friday nights. They can be dynamic playmakers down the field. They have great hands. So I think even as our running backs and quarterback, myself, and wide receivers, I think we're going to be great all across the board.
On defense, this is a group that loses 7 of their 11 starters from a unit that gave up 33 points per game last year, but the Bengals are looking to establish a new identity on defense.
Yeah, so this year we are going to fly around to the ball. We're going to create some more turnovers. I think last year we only had 5-ish, so we're definitely reaching our goal of 18 turnovers for our season. It's almost 3 a game, so that's a big goal we have set, and we're not going to miss tackles this year. We're going to create turnovers, make tackles, get the ball.
Our team's looking really good this year. I'm excited for our attitude and effort towards the game and our smite, like towards our effort, hit the guy, and we're more physical and more disciplined this year for sure. This year we're going to be more of a collision team. We have a good scheme, but if you're going to leave an open lane, or we're going to come down on you, or if you're going to be like a little like stuttery with it, you're going to get hit. You're going to get hard.
I would say that we are just a band we're like a pride of lions in the jungle, you know? We hunt the ball carrier and we work together to form one goal, I guess, and that's to win football games, make it easy for our offense. So it never goes wrong if you have all 11 guys to the ball. So we do this thing called pursuit, where after every single play, we have every single person on defense travel down to the ball and track down the ball carrier. And when 11 guys are on the football, that wreaks havoc for an offense. So that's what we do.
How has Blaine been working toward that new identity? Lots and lots of conditioning.
You know, this year we're conditioning a lot more. We want to be able to outlast all of our opponents. So every practice is a grind, and it's those you struggle with in conditioning that are the ones you're closer with in the season. And I think that this year we're going to be more conditioned, and we're going to be a phenomenal second half team. And we're going to be able to outlast our opponents, which is one of the reasons I think we got beat up last year, is we weren't strong enough. We couldn't last long enough for the entire game.
Well, we're going to be more disciplined. We are conditioning more, so we're going to be more on top of our game. And if we make a mistake, we're going to hold each other accountable even more than we did last year. and then we should. And like I said, open lane, you're coming and you get hit hard, and you're gonna know we're there.
As for what specific games the Bengals are looking forward to, the defending state champs and their crosstown rivals are a great place to start.
Definitely got Centennial circled, crosstown rival. I mean, nobody likes them over here. They got some dudes, we got some dudes, so it's going to be a great game here on our turf. I'm not going to let them stomp on it again. And then next I got Champlin. Champlin's a big game for us. They came out in here, stomped on our logo, and we're not letting that happen again. So we're going to come out there and show them who we really are.
I have Centennial circuit pretty hard because I know a couple people on that team, and I'm going against a rematch against a lineman I did last year, so I'm looking forward to that. And then Anoka I'm circling pretty hard too, because that was a good game for me, and I'm hoping I do really good against them again. And
Week 1, I've heard it's a great atmosphere. I've heard, quote unquote, it's a wall as their stadium or as their student section. So I'm really excited for that kind of atmosphere around the game. It's Week 1, so everyone's kind of excited about some Minnesota football, and so I'm just really excited to get in there, get a W, and have a good time.
I'm excited to play around our great community. You know, it really gets the crowd going when we come out here and play on Friday nights. I'm excited to play with our boys. We've all been together since 2nd grade, and you know, nothing beats it playing with your boys on Friday night. So that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, it hasn't worked out how we wanted to in the past few years, but returning state champs, I mean, this is the game we want. We want to take down Centennial. I'm excited. I mean, I dream about this since my childhood, so I'm excited to go out there with the guys I've played with since 2nd, 3rd grade. They're my brothers, so I'm excited to go out there and show the world what we're about.
All right, here's that Bengals schedule that you heard these Blaine players speaking about. If it feels like deja vu all over again, it kind of is. All 3 schedules we're going to show you in the preview show today. Same schedule as last year, but mirror image, where the Bengals will host the teams that they traveled to and vice versa last season. You heard some of the Bengals talking about that great road environment that they will travel to at St. Michael Albertville in Week 1. That's one of the 3 wins that the Bengals had last season. They also throttled Osseo and Coon Rapids on the road in Weeks 4 and 7. Looking to flip the script on some other games, including a 3-game skid that they have running against their rivals and the reigning state champions Centennial in Week 2. The Bengals also lost a very tough Week 8 matchup at Shakopee on a Hail Mary pass last year. So that will be one that looms large for the Bengals as they host the Sabres to close the regular season in Week 8. Moving on to our next area school. How about the Spring Lake Park Panthers as we move down a class to the 5A level? John Stewart, the head coach, is entering his 7th year in charge of the program. It was one of the youngest teams in the state last year. They routinely started 7 sophomores between offense and defense. So all that experience coming back from last year, the Panthers, when we spoke with them at practice, feel like it's going to pay a lot of dividends heading into 2024.
When you think of Spring Lake Park football, what do you think of?
Brown shrugs off his tackler into the end zone. Touchdown, Spring Lake Park.
Although the Panthers have made their name in a powerful running game over the years, this year could see a bit more of an air attack.
We're still going to be that smash mouth running team, but I feel like this year that we're gonna throw the ball a lot more. Still not like a ton, but still I feel like a good amount more.
A lot different. We're passing a lot more, so everyone thinks we're just smash mouth running. So as soon as they expect the run, we're just step back and throw it.
There's a lot of optimism with the Panthers on what they have coming back this season, including quarterback Tyler Wilkinson and star running back Lamari Brown, who both excelled as sophomores last year. And the excitement of the season has these Panthers ready to hit the ground running.
We have a lot of returners, so a lot of experience together, and I think we should, play very hard together. We've been playing since, youth together, so playing since 10th grade on the same team, a varsity level, a lot of experience, and we're ready to rock.
I think we're going to be really good this year. We have a lot of experience coming up in our linebackers, running backs, offensive line. We were all really young last year, and I feel like the experience is just going to help really, a ton.
I'm excited for our team to just come back from last year, especially first time having a losing season or like 500 in a while, so we got a lot of returners, and I'm excited to see what we can do, especially week 1.
And hitting the ground running won't be the easiest of tasks, facing off against a tough Moorhead team that the Panthers lost to last season in week 1, but the Red and Blue are confident they can avenge last year's defeat.
I'm looking forward to getting revenge. We lost last year. You know, we all thought it was going to be an easy game going all the way up there. We didn't really expect anything much, but I think now that we know how they play, like, we can adjust and really try and have a chance at winning.
All right, taking a look at the Spring Lake Park schedule here in 2024. And again, that week 1 matchup where now Moorhead has to travel all the way across the state and come to Spring Lake Park. That'll be our featured game on North Metro TV this Thursday, 28-13 with the Spuds last year. Contrast to Styles, that is one of the top passing attacks in the state in Moorhead against one of the top rushing units last year, of course, in the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Weeks 4 and 5 will be big ones for SLP. That's back-to-back state tournament teams that they'll face between Rogers, a section rival, as well as the Andover Huskies. And then how about week 6, battle for the block, as Spring Lake Park had their 8-game winning streak against their rivals snapped last year when the Knights took it 36-27. Our last team we've got to cover here on our 2024 high school football preview show that we saved the best for last. The reigning Class 6A state champions in Centennial. Rich Meny, the longtime head coach and Centennial Hall of Famer, enters his 15th year in charge of the Cougars. And Centennial, they won their first state title last year, 10 straight wins after a week 3 defeat to Maple Grove. And while it was a senior-laden squad, not as much coming back as some of the other teams we've talked about already today. The confidence level still very high in Centennial camp heading into the year.
How do you replicate Centennial's 2023 season?
Line. Good, Cop, yeah!
The 2024 Cougars sure have their work cut out for them after losing 17 starters from a senior-laden squad last year, but the Cougars are approaching this season like a New Year's resolution. New year, new Cougs.
We're kind of just saying, like, last year is last year, and we're kind of just stepping into this new season and just, like, forgetting everything from last year, but keeping the standard still right at the top. I feel like it honestly makes it better because it just feels like you got more drive to just keep that standard high and just continue keeping it going.
We just, same as Brock said, last year's last year. It was a great time, but we got to start this new team fresh and get them rolling, keep it exciting.
Yeah, definitely with all the seniors left some big gaps in what we got to do, but I think we definitely have the talent and personnel to do it. A lot of good characters around too that make practice pretty enjoyable.
Well, just like going at it with a different mindset every day, that it's a new year. There's new people. Obviously, we lost a lot of seniors, but we also gained a lot of upcoming juniors and sophomores that'll help out too. So, and we got some returning seniors and just people that can fill those roles that are missing.
With a lot of new opportunities comes a lot of excitement for the new pieces on this team to step up and be key contributors for the Cougars this season.
We're still excited because we know that we still have good guys. We still have people that can fill those roles that are missing from last year, and I think we can have a great season this year, make a run in the playoffs.
Definitely just getting back out on the field with my friends. It's all my best friends. We've been going at it since 2nd grade, basically, and to give it one last ride is just like a blessing almost, basically.
I would say I'm obviously just excited to get back on the field, especially just play with the boys. It's last year, I think everyone I talked to is almost just ready to play, and we still got a couple of weeks left till our first game, but I know everyone's ready, so.
Centennial has always been a program that's prided themselves on great play on the defensive side of the ball, and 2024 is no exception with this group coming together in fall camp.
There's a lot of chemistry. We've been playing for a while, and just like we know what each other will be doing and where each other is on the field, so it definitely helps a lot to know that we can trust each other. And that goes for the whole defense. Everybody trusts each other, and it's just great.
We're just a really tight-knit group. I've known Caden Coppersmith, Luke Metcalf, I've known them pretty much my whole life. We've all played each other our whole life. We kind of just know where each other is going to be on the field, and we just play well together. So, and I think we do our jobs, so that helps.
Although Centennial has had recent success against their crosstown rival Blaine, that game still leads the pack of matchups the Cougars have circled this season.
Obviously, week 2 against Blaine, I mean, it's just a different game. We know them, they know us. It's a little different when you know the guy you're lining up across, and game's always just a big game. So, and then week 3 against Maple Grove, it's going to be a big game. It's our home opener. You know, we love playing in front of our crowd, so it's going to be a good game.
It's a rivalry game, and heard they had a pretty good quarterback, so we'll have to game plan for him. And other than that, just go and attack the second game.
Here's the Centennial schedule for 2024. After they travel to Coon Rapids in week 1, they'll look for their 4th win in a row against the Blaine Bengals. Unprecedented recent dominance in what has been a very even Blaine versus Centennial rival historically. They turn around and face Maple Grove in week 3. That's a big matchup. How about the last 2 Class 6A state champions facing off, and of course Maple Grove, who handed Centennial their only loss of the season in week 3 last year before the Cougars rattled off 10 straight to win their first title in school history. Also, a recently budding rivalry with Rosemount is a fun one, I think, in week 8. Rosemount ended the Cougars season 2 years ago. Centennial got them back with a regular season and a state tournament win to go to US Bank Stadium last year. That's the Centennial schedule. Here is our tentative schedule of high school football coverage that you can follow along on North Metro TV this fall. I'll be alongside Malik Mitchell for Thursday's Spring Lake Park opener as they look for revenge against the Moorhead Spuds. These are our big multi-camera truck shoots we'll be having throughout the year. If you're a Centennial fan, we'll also have single cam coverage of Centennial's opening game as the Cougars travel to Coon Rapids. And check out North Metro TV's full schedule of games for additional VMix coverage. We've got, of course, Centennial and Blaine in week 2, and tons of great matchups coming down the pipe here on North Metro TV. That's going to about do it for us here, our fall sports football preview show. I'm Matt Dean. Thanks to Ted LaRue, A.V. Becker, and Charles Brolin for making it all happen here in studio in Blaine. I will talk to you on Thursday night. Like we said, Spring Lake Park taking on Moorhead. That is our featured game in week 1 of the high school football season. And then we'll be back here in studio in Blaine to break it all down on Monday on our 2nd episode of the season of the fall right here on Sports Den.